Welcome to Talk-A-Raptor episode -5. This is Talk-A-Raptor. Today we're starting out with Watamote, full title being Watashi ga motenai no wa dokangaite mo omaira ga waroi, roughly translating to no matter how I look at it, it's you guys' fault I'm not popular. The manga was recommended to me a little while back. I forget exactly when and who recommended it, but I read a few chapters and while it was fun, it wasn't really memorable. I'm happy to report that the anime adaptation is memorable and for most of the right reasons. First of all, the opening and ending were made specifically for this show. Now, I have mixed feelings about how it's done in other shows. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. But in the case of Watamote, the opening and ending really worked. The story isn't something I'd expect you to care about from a simple plot synopsis. Basically, it's about this high school girl who's into anime and manga and visual novels, etc., and she's not popular. She wants to become popular and tries a few things to try to become popular. Ugh. Yeah, it sounds kind of boring, right? But the show's actually pretty good. This is because the author is a sadist and will stop at nothing to humiliate the main character as much as possible. The fact that he likes a certain character from a certain manga I promise not to talk about for 2 years should tell you all you need to know about his sadistic nature. The series is full of cringe humor and second-hand embarrassment from the main character that I have not seen any other anime pull off. That's the good news. The bad news is that towards the end, the series really goes from sadistic to heartwarming and becomes a lot more boring in the process. If we just took the first 6 or 7 episodes in isolation, I would have considered giving it the double plus, but with all the heartwarming, boring stuff at the end, I think overall the series is a solid plus. Next up is Welcome to the N.H.K. This is an anime I've been meaning to watch for a long time, ever since I saw that awesome Schadenfreude AMV at Anime Weekend Atlanta in 2009. It's the same AMV that inspired me to watch Avenue Q. Now, I was a little hesitant to watch Welcome to the N.H.K. because of its otaku themes, but I did a little research. Thankfully, it came out in 2006, a full year before Lucky Star, meaning it was made back in a time when shows about otaku were still expected to have substance. And Welcome to the N.H.K. was no exception. The show has great characters and great character interaction. The plot's also fairly unique. It's about a guy who's afraid to step outside of his apartment, and a girl who tries to help him get over that. Then they get involved in a pyramid scheme, they do some online gaming, some people try to kill themselves. It's pretty cool. Final grade, double plus. Now I'll give you my final impressions of Attack on Titan. Like I said last time, great story, great action, good characters. The problem is the pacing. There are just too many issues with the pacing for me to give it the triple plus, so although it pains me to lower it down, I do have to give it a final grade of a double plus. With that said, I like that the anime didn't give you a fake ending for the first season. It left it off for the second season to pick up whenever they go around to making that. So maybe the whole series may come out to a triple plus down the line, but for now it does have to remain a double plus. Now for a more unusual review, we're going to go to the Ore-Imo specials. This is Season 2, Episodes 14, 15, and 16. Full title, of course, being Ore no Imoto ga Konani Kawaii Wake ga Nai, My Little Sister Can't Be This Cute. I wrote about this briefly in my Otakon 2013 post. Basically, I've never seen any Ore-Imo before this, and I've never had any desire to. Furthermore, I still have no desire to after watching the final 3 episodes. However, these were the final episodes, and they were airing live at Otakon, so I figured, hey, may as well check it out. The last 3 episodes in isolation actually put together a pretty decent story. You know all those romantic comedies in anime where absolutely nothing happens for most of the series, and then finally shit goes down at the end? Well, basically that's what seems to have happened here. The last 3 episodes put together a lot of action, a lot of drama, and the story itself, while I'm not exactly turned on by incest or pedophilia, actually puts together a pretty decent story from a storytelling standpoint. The ending was also quite unique, and this may have been unique in a way that pissed off a lot of fans of the series, but for me, who has no emotional investment in any of the characters, I kinda liked what it did. Now don't get me wrong, I'm by no means recommending the series, but I gotta give credit where credit's due, so at least for these final 3 episodes, single plus. Now for Redline. This is a movie about a race taking place in outer space, where a bunch of different alien races come together and drive really fast cars. As far as the plot goes, there's really not much more to it. The main selling point of this movie seems to be the animation quality, which is pretty good, I guess. There's also some brief nudity, which was spoiled for me, but, better than nothing. What I liked best about the movie were the background tracks for each characters. Each of the contestants in the race had their own unique and amusing background track. My favorite one belonged to Machine Head. whose theme was so catchy that I actually paused the movie for a few minutes just to go on YouTube and listen to his track over and over again. Oh, and JP has a pompadour with sideburns, one of the greatest hairstyles ever invented. Final grade, single plus. Now for a series I'm currently watching, Princess Tutu, or as they say in Japanese, Purinsesu Choo-Choo. I actually started watching the series dubbed, so when I switched over to the subs, it took a little getting used to. This might be the most hyped up series I've ever seen in terms of the good review to bad review ratio. I have yet to hear a single negative comment about this show, so I'm going to make one right now. Through the first 9 episodes, it's nothing special, though I could see it getting much better once it ditches the Monster of the Week format. Right now, the main girl is just going around collecting heart shards, and she does it by dancing instead of using Tessaiga. The best thing I can say about this show right now is that it has a great sense of humor. My favorite character right now is the cat teacher. The story has shown me just enough that I would expect it to ramp up in the near future, but until it does, Princess Tutu is stuck at the single plus. Now for a few non-anime reviews. One of the reasons I have been watching a lot of anime lately, in addition to my eyes being screwed up, is that I've been reading the N.H.K visual novel. I really like the anime, double plus, and I want to know what happens next. Doesn't look like a second season is coming out soon, so I had to turn to the visual novel. Now, the visual novel has some really great ideas in it, but the writing is just too damn wordy. I've actually just compiled a short list of a few things that are shorter than the N.H.K visual novel. Oh, and I'm only about halfway through. I just started chapter 5 a few days ago. So far, it's a single plus, and yes, that means so far I think the anime was better. Finally, this episode's triple plus goes to kanji damage. I made a resolution earlier this year to learn Japanese, and while my listening comprehension has come along quite nicely thanks to anime, I have been illiterate, so I decided to start learning kanji using the kanji damage system. After studying 20 kanji characters a night for 3 months, I finally read through every single entry on the site, and while the system isn't absolutely perfect, I can't imagine anyone doing it much better. Expect me to write a full post about this in the future. For now, I'm going to test myself on the JLPT level 3 coming up in December. That's all for now. See you next time.